Welcome to Mischief Wargaming. I'm John and this is Blood Bowl. We're back with a new round of the Mischief Cup. The previous round had some surprises, but it wasn't too wild in terms of results. Let's see if things change this round as we dive into the first game, the Dünderhaven Dukes facing the Greenshire Greats. The Dukes have so far had a relatively quiet time this season. They've yet to really get the ball rolling on earning advancements, but at the same time they haven't taken any real losses. Perhaps this game will be in their favour, with everyone being more than a match for a Halfling, with only the two tree men to worry about. But we shouldn't rule out the Greats just yet. As shown in their first round game against the Borderland Bloodseekers, if they can isolate players, the Halflings will use their numbers to take people down. Also for this game, Greenshire uses all of their petty cash, and a little from the treasury, to hire Cindy Piewhistle. This star player is more than just a humble baker, being able to throw bombs. The Dukes win the coin flip and choose to kick first. After both teams are set up, the ball is kicked. The kick-off result is brilliant coaching, which results in the Dukes gaining an extra reroll for this drive. The ball comes to rest and play begins. The Greats waste no time in making use of their mighty tree men, as Gertrude tests to see if she takes root. With the assist, the block uses 3 dice, enough to knock the bodyguard to the floor. The strike easily breaks his armour, and even without the use of Mighty Blow, Dirk is removed as a casualty. Dirk suffers a serious injury, meaning he'll miss the next game and he'll pick up a niggling injury. After that explosive start, Perry River Barrel picks up the ball before the majority of the team move into position. Matilda then avoids taking root before blocking Oscar Haymeyer Black. While the attack floors the Duke, it doesn't break his armour. Lastly, Warwick Barley Dance dodges away. That was a pretty disastrous first turn for the Dukes, who tried to recover. Reginald Cobblepot blitzes with Summerbraid. The Halfling would be safe from stumbling thanks to his dodge skill, so the blitzer picks both down, using his block skill to stay safe. The Halfling's armour is broken, but is only stunned. The Greeks begin turn 2 with Perry River Barrel handing off the ball to Warwick Barley Dance. Unfortunately, the hefty messes up and a reroll is needed. Cloud Meadow and Moonbow move into position as Harry Smoothbrook blocks Elizabeth Gordon Pike. I forget to use the Retainer's Fend skill here. Matilda blocks Haymare Black, knocking him down but is otherwise unharmed. Gertrude then attacks the ogre. The strike causes Sir Ben to stumble, but his armour holds. Vince Emberkettle and Ned Forefoot dodge away from the Dukes, both needing to use their dodge rerolls to do so. Cindy Piewhistle then throws a bomb at the Dukes. It's a short throw, which Cindy throws accurately. Rosie Whittington Down catches the explosive, which unfortunately explodes in her hands before she can throw it away. She's knocked to the ground, but her armour holds. Every player in a tackle zone has a chance to take a hit, which leads to Harold Pottersmith II getting caught. The explosion breaks his armour and causes a casualty. Like Dirk, Pottersmith suffers a serious injury. Things are going badly for the Dukes already, but Haymare Black, Sir Ben and Whittington Down get back to their feet. Terry Price, Cavendish Jones, Compot Lee and Taffington Wingley move in. Before Randall Cavendish IV blitzes Warwick Barley Dance. Unfortunately, the Halfling isn't alone and the block is on a single dice, which means to avoid the attacker down result, the Dukes need to use their free reroll. Both down is a better choice as the blitzer has block, knocking Barley Dance to the ground. His armour protects him, but importantly the ball is knocked free. It's a new turn and Barley Dance and Summer Braid get back up. Gertrude throws a block at Geoffrey Cavendish Jones III, causing him to stumble. His armour breaks and is knocked out. Perry Riverbarrel dodges. For some reason I use one of the team's rerolls instead of using the one provided by Perry's dodge skill, but even ends up falling onto the ball. His armour holds, but the ball is therefore scattered again, and a turnover is caused. Finally, a break, and the Dukes hope to take advantage, with Edward Terred Price blocking Pete Cloudmeadow. The attack sends the hopeful flying and knocks him out. Elizabeth Gordon Pike tries the same against Harry Smoothbrook, but is only able to push him, with Smoothbrook using his sidestep skill to choose where he's being pushed to. Whittington Down attacks Vince Emberkettle, but can only push him back. Cobblepot blocks Wes Summerbraid, using his block skill to protect him with a both down result. Summerbraid's armour holds. Walter Taffington Wheatley blocks Ned 4-foot, only pushing him back thanks to Halfling's dodge skill. Lastly, Randall Havendish blocks Barley Dance. Knocking him down, but unable to break his armour. Summerbraid gets to his feet, while Stoutwoods and River Barrel move in. Barley Dance gets up and blitzes Havendish. Pushing the blitzer back. Gertrude goes to block Sir Ben, but has to use a reroll to avoid a both down result. Instead, just pushing the ogre back. Matilda then takes root, so can't move for the rest of the drive. She still blocks Haymare Black though. Knocking him back down to the ground, but nothing more. Ned 4-foot needs to use his dodge skill reroll to move away from the Dukes. Cindy Piewhistle throws another bomb. This time targeting Walter Taffington Wheatley. The retainer catches the bomb, and it explodes in his hands. His armour breaks, and a casualty is rolled. Walter is badly hurt, so he will miss the rest of this game, but suffer no lasting effects. Cobblepot avoids being hit by the explosion. Vince Emberkettle tries to dodge, but even after his dodge reroll, trips over and knocks himself out. After this turnover, the Dukes try to make the most of it as Havendish blocks Danny Stoutwoods, pushing him back. Rosie Whittington Down blitzes 4-foot, but can only push him back. Terred Price does the same to Martin Moonbow, who sidesteps to where he wants to be. Elizabeth Gordon Pike blocks Harry Smoothbrook, knocking him down. The attack breaks his armour and another casualty is caused. Smoothbrook is seriously hurt, which means he'll miss the next game. Lastly, Cobblepot Lee dodges, but needs to use his reroll to do so. The Greats kick off their turn with Wedge Summerbraid blitzing Whittington down, causing the retainer to stumble, but her armour holds. I forget to use the retainer's fend skill here. River Barrel and Forefoot move in to aid Barley Dance, who blocks Havendish. The Blitzer is knocked down, but his armour is just enough to protect him. Danny Stoutwoods picks up the ball, regaining possession for the Greats. Matilda continues her assault on Hairmare Black, knocking him down, but nothing more. Gertrude then knocks Sir Ben down. Using her mighty blow to break his armour, stunning the ogre. Cindy Piewhistle then lobs another bomb, this time targeting Reginald Cobblepot Lee. He fails to catch the bomb, and it explodes at his feet. He's knocked down, but his armour holds. Randall Havendish IV manages to avoid being hit by the explosion, despite being prone. Whittington down, Havendish and Hairmare Black all get back to their feet. Sir Ben then fails his bonehead roll, so he'll remain face down, stunned on the ground. Cobblepot Lee gets back up and blitzes Stoutwoods. The Halfling is thrown to the ground, his armour broken. The injury roll leads to another casualty, and Stoutwoods is badly hurt. The ball is then knocked free. Terror Price blocks Martin Moonbow, knocking him down and stunning him. It's the Greats' turn again, and Piewhistle starts things off by throwing a bomb. At Cobblepot Lee this time. He isn't able to catch it, and is stunned in the explosion. Summerbraid then dodges away from the Dukes and picks up the ball. Matilda attacks Herr Mayor Black again. Causing the bodyguard to stumble, but isn't able to break his armour. Gertrude then does something almost unheard of for a treeman. She moves. Once the Dukes recover, Rosie Whittington down throws a block at Warwick Barleydance, but can only push him back. Randall Havendish dodges away before blitzing Wes Summerbraid. The charge knocks the Halfling down, freeing the ball. Which Randall catches, stealing possession for the Dukes. Gordon Pike blocks Ned 4-foot, stunning him. With the end of the first half fast approaching and losing possession, the Greats have some work to do. Piewhistle launches another bomb, this time at Havendish. Unfortunately, the Blitzer catches the bomb and is able to throw it before it detonates. He throws it towards the mess of Halflings in the centre of the field, but unsurprisingly he's unable to throw it accurately. The bomb scatters and explodes on Ned 4-foot. The Halfling is removed as a casualty. The result would have been a lasting injury, but the Greats choose to use their Apothecary to instead have him just miss the rest of this game. River Barrel avoids the explosion, so does Barleydance. But Gordon Pike is not as lucky. Taking a hit and being left stunned. Whilst Whittington down is able to avoid the explosion. After that absolute disaster of a play, Barleydance blitzes Havendish. The Ians make a rush to do so. He's only able to push the Blitzer back thanks to his dodge skill. Gertrude continues to move, while Matilda continues to attack Oscar Haymayer Black, but it does nothing, as the bodyguard's stand firm skill negates the push results. Sir Ben finally gets back to his feet, Whittington down blitzes Barley Dance, pushing him back. Randall Havendish dodges free and heads towards the end zone. Terrid Price blocks River Barrel but can only push the catcher back. It's the final turn of the half, and while unlikely, the Greats can still prevent the Dukes from scoring. That is until Moonbow trips up. Despite its reroll, and causes yet another casualty. Moonbow's badly hurt, but that also causes a turnover, allowing Randall Havendish IV to score a touchdown in the closing moments of the half. The Dünderhaven Dukes are leading 1-0. Off camera, the knocked out players make their recovery rolls, and the Greats are unable to argue the call for Cindy Piewhistle. So thankfully for the Dukes, the dangerous Baker turned bomber has been sent off. Second half begins with the Halflings kicking the ball. Again, the kickoff result is brilliant coaching, and again the Dukes gain an extra reroll for this drive. The ball hits the dirt and the drive begins. Rosie Whittington Down wastes no time in picking the ball up and makes a short pass to Cobble Potley. The pass is successful and Reginald catches the ball. He then blitzes Dave Grassfound, knocking him down. Terrid Price and Havendish move in, before Sir Ben fails his bonehead roll. Once Grassfound gets back to his feet, Ember Kettle moves in, and Wes Summerbraid dodges before blitzing Cobb Hotley. With the assists, he's able to knock the blitzer down. stealing possession of the ball in the process. Barley Dance, Quick Bottle, Humble Spirit, and River Barrel dodge away from the Dukes. Matilda avoids taking root again and blocks her favourite Duke, Oscar Haymare Black, causing him to stumble. Gertrude throws a block at Cavendish Jones, knocking him down. The two bodyguards get back to their feet before the Dukes get into position for Coapotley to blitz Summerbraid. Unfortunately, he's only able to push the Halfling back. Sir Ben blocks Gertrude, now that he's got enough support to block in his favour. It's enough to knock the treeman down, but her mighty bite protects her. Unsatisfied, Cavendish Jones then fouls Gertrude, but nothing significant happens. Gertrude manages to make it back to her feet, roots. She gets back up. Summerbraid dodges away and hands off the ball to Steve Quickbottle. Cloud Meadow and River Barrel move in before Matilda attacks Oscar. Knocking him back down. But the bodyguard gets right back up. Cavendish blitzes Quick Bottle. Choosing the both down result to prevent the Halfling from being pushed around. The ball is also knocked free. Elizabeth Gordon Pike blocks Pete Cloud Meadow. stunning the hopeful. Terrid Price blocks Dave Grassfound, pushing him back. Cold Hot Leave then follows up with his own block, knocking Grassfound into the crowd. The crowd only stun him, so he's placed into reserves. Sir Ben then blocks Gertrude. Knocking down the tree man, but nothing more. Lastly, Rosie Whittington down, scoops up the ball, regaining possession. While Gertrude doesn't take root, she isn't able to get back up this turn. With Summerbraid moves in, needing to rush to get into position. Vincent Bacettle does the same. But needs to use a reroll to prevent himself from tripping over. Gary Humble Spirit then blitzes Rosie. Only managing to push her back, she also uses her Fend skill to prevent Humble Spirit from following up. Lastly, Matilda tries to push Haymare Black, but his Stand Firm skill stops that. The Dukes are close to scoring another touchdown, but first Randall Cavendish blocks Steve Quickbottle, stunning him. And with that done, Rosie Whittington down, makes a break for it, and scores the second touchdown of the game. The Dukes are leading 2-0. The teams once again set up and the ball is kicked. Once again, brilliant coaching is the kickoff result. However, this time the Greats are the ones who gain a reroll. Once the ball lands, Warwick Barley Dance moves in to pick up the ball. But even after using that free reroll, fumbles it. And with that blunder, the Dukes are on the offensive. Reginald Cobblepot-Lee blitzes Barley Dance, pushing the Halfling back. Importantly, it pushes him away from the ball, which lets Rosie Whittington down move in to try and pick it up. She needs to pass a rush check first, but almost fumbles the ball herself. The Dukes need to use a reroll to pick it up. The open Dukes move in before Sir Ben blocks Dave Grassfound. Knocking him down. Geoffrey Cavendish Jones III blocks Wes Summerbraid, knocking him down. His armour breaks and we're back to kills and casualties, as Summerbraid is badly hurt. Grassfound gets back to his feet as Quick Bottle and Ember Kettle move in. Barley Dance blitzes Whittington down, but is only able to push her back. Taking a risk, the Greats use a reroll on the hope for something better, but can still only push her back, with her Fend skill keeping Warwick from following up. Perry River Barrel moves in. Matilda blocks Haymare Black, who would have guessed. The bodyguard is knocked down, but is otherwise fine. Gertrude then blocks Sir Ben, causing the ogre to stumble. By this point, Dünderhaven victory is all but guaranteed. The aim now is to try and score another touchdown for that extra league point, and to try and earn as many star player points as possible. Whittington Down hands off the ball to Cobblepot Lee. Who tries to dodge away, but he ends up tripping over. His armour holds, but he drops the ball, causing a turnover. Steve Quickbottle blitzes Whittington down, sending her to the dirt. Her armor breaks and the attack knocks her out. Barley Dance moves in and picks up the ball. He then gets a bit closer and makes a quick pass to Perry River Barrel. Perry catches the ball, and along with Grassfound, move up. Matilda continues her assault on Oscar Haymare Black, who is again knocked down but unharmed. Gertrude blocks Sir Ben, but he has enough support to keep the block even. An attacker down result means the Greats need to use a reroll, and instead the ogre is just pushed back. The Dukes get back to their feet as Cavendish blocks Cloud Meadow. His block skill saving him as the Halfling is knocked down. Edward Terry Price is only able to push Gary Humble Spirit back. Elizabeth Gordon Pike blitzes Perry River Barrel, needing to rush to do so. But can only manage to push the catcher back. Sir Ben blocks Gertrude, but can only push her, which does nothing due to the Treeman's stand firm skill. It's nearly the end of the game, and the Greats have only one real shot at scoring. Perry River Barrel dodges away and towards Matilda, who picks the Halfling up and throws him down the pitch. Unfortunately, she fumbles the throw. And River Barrel collides with Dave Grassfound. Dave is not only knocked down, his armour breaks, and is removed as a casualty. Worse, he's dead. River Barrel was unable to land. Is knocked down and he drops the ball. After that desperate play went worse than one of Cindy Piewhistle's bombs, somehow, the Dukes tried to take advantage on the last turn. Terry Price blocks Gary Humble Spirit, stunning him. Gordon Pike dodges away, and picks up the ball, needing to use a reroll to do so. She then hands the ball off to Cobblepot Lee. The Blitzer then dodges away from the Halflings and scores a touchdown on the last turn of the game. The Dukes have firmly won this game 3-0. But the Halflings still have a turn left to go, so play is set up for the last time, with the Dukes set up to minimise damage from the two tree men. The ball is kicked, but the kickoff result is a timeout. This result causes the game's clock to rewind, essentially making this a 17-turn game rather than 16. The ball leaves the pitch and is given to Humble Spirit. Humble Spirit moves up to Gertrude. At the very least, if he's launched across the pitch, it will stop the Dukes from scoring again. Gertrude throws a block at Cavendish Jones, knocking him down. Matilda couldn't let the game end without hitting Oscar Hairmare Black again, knocking him to the dirt. The rest of the team move in. The Dukes, not expecting to have another turn, are all out of position. Sir Ben blocks Cloud Meadow, but only pushes him back. And now the final turn of the game, for real this time. Vince Emberkettle blocks Cavendish Jones, needing to use a reroll to cause him to stumble. Gertrude then throws Gary Humble Spirit. The throw is inaccurate and Humble Spirit collides with Warwick Barley Dance. Warwick is only stunned this time, and so is Humble Spirit, and it ends the game. The Dünderhaven Dukes win 3-0 against the Greenshire Greats. After collecting their winnings, the Dukes are in an interesting position. They'll be down 3 players for the next game against the Borderland Bloodseekers. Their MVP was Elizabeth Gordon Pike, who chooses the block skill with her star player points. The rest choose to save theirs. The Dukes use their winnings to hire an apothecary. With their next game against the followers of Khorne, it might be a wise decision. Here's how the team looks after that game. The Greenshire Greats, however, are doing surprisingly well, considering how badly they lost the game. Harry Smoothbrook will miss the next game, and of course Dave Grass found he is dead. But losses are honestly par for the course of Halflings. It's surprising the rest have lasted this long. Gertrude is the MVP, and chooses the multiple block skill, which will let her make 2 strength 4 blocks instead of 1 strength 6 one. The Greats also start their spending spree, buying another reroll and hiring 2 assistant coaches and 2 cheerleaders. Their next game is against Darkmire Monster Mash, and here's how the team will look going into that game. And here are the league standings. Of course, after just 1 game from this round, it's not too indicative of how things will look later, but it's worth noting that the Greats are dead last, even after this game. The Dukes have shot up the rankings, but it took some losses to do so. It'll be interesting to see if they can maintain any momentum into their next game. So that was the first game of this round of the Mischief Cup. I joked Last game, the Dukes did an easy game against a team to farm star player points. But never underestimate how bloodthirsty these Halflings can be. It's also the second game in the Cup with a star player, and like Acorn the Squirrel last round, Cindy Piewhistle made her presence felt, racking up casualties and being just a general menace despite only being in half the game. Also, throwing teammates is very dangerous, but it was fun as hell, and that's the most important thing. The next game will see the Hexaratl Sun Warriors take their new Croc score out for a spin against the Darkmire Monster Mash. Until next time, thank you very much for watching, take care.